Good morning, Quadcopter 101 here. We're back at the Mojave test site. I wanted to get a little bit closer to the mountains than over at Satellite Lake. What I wanted to do today is, I got my JJRC H8C. It's back in commission. It was out of commission for about a month there, waiting for a spare motor. Those of you that are considering these, consider that. You know, these motors can and do fail, but it's very easy to change them out. It's about $3.50. I want to see how many more flights I can get before I have to do that again. Keep in mind I was really beating this quadcopter, so it's to be expected that a motor would fail in my case, but I guess there's others out there that are having problems that aren't quite as aggressive as I am in flying. But what I want to do today, let's get into that, is I'm kind of impressed with the relative good quality of the camera here that comes with it. The stock H8C camera is not half bad. What I really like is that swiveling front lens that it has. You can actually bring it up so that we can see the horizon in most cases. But what I don't like about it is it has a relative narrow field of view. So if you want to fly with this and get reasonably good video, you have to be very gentle in your flying. No yanking and banking, or the video will look really shaky. Try to keep the speed to a minimum. You don't want to have a high pitch, or else it'll get a nice close-up view of the ground and you won't see the horizon. So that's what I'm going to try to demonstrate here, flying that under those conditions. We have relatively not much wind today. I'd say maybe 1 or 2 knots coming from the west over there toward the mountains. Let's set it up for a flight, and I'll give you some further thoughts on this camera. Quadcopter's been bound, camera's recording. Enjoy your flight. Notice I'm taking off in hover, and then I'm gradually going to give it some slow forward pitch to go into the wind, to go upwind. And here we go. Reduce the throttle, that's about as high as I want to go. Now when you're flying with this camera, try to do gentle turns with the rudder, as I've done there. Okay, I'm upwind and I'm just going to let it drift in the wind, and I'm going to rotate. Slow rotation, because again, this field of view in this camera is very narrow, and if you go too quickly, things will look, I don't know, blurred. There's absolutely no wind up there today, which is making this a great day for doing this. It's the gentle breeze coming from the west. Okay, now I'm going to go forward. Some forward pitch on it. Notice that you're probably seeing more of the ground now. Gently turning. I want this thing to, as the wind blows it backwards, I want it to blow it backward directly overhead. Okay, there we go. That's a good spot right there. Trying to do gentle turns. It's not as easy as you think with this controller. Okay, now I'm going to do just ovals in the sky, with gentle turns. That's the town of Ridgecrest that you're probably seeing right now. That's the Sierra Nevada mountains you're seeing. So again, when you're flying this, and if you want to get reasonable video, you have to be gentle with the controls. I'm not saying just hover only. You could actually maneuver like I'm doing here, but keep the control input steady. Okay, I'm going to turn it the other way around, and then I'm going to probably bring it in for a landing here shortly. Going downwind, continuing to turn, flying toward Ridgecrest. Turn and reduce throttle to bring it down. Still cutting throttle, turning, going in the downwind, turning downwind. Okay, turning upward toward me. Now again, I can't see which direction this thing's pointed. I'm just flying by orientation, by movement alone. A very good skill that I recommend you all learn if you're going to fly high or distant from you. But here we go, coming in for a landing. And welcome back. And that's the JJRC H8C with its stock camera. Hope you enjoyed that flight.